Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be my project pen update. I'm going to be telling you how it's been going. I'm going to be showing you my progress. So yeah, let's get right into it. So if you haven't been on my channel before, my name is Marley and I love making YouTube videos about makeup and beauty. I love trying out new makeup, but I also love focusing on my collection and using the things that I already own. So this is a way that I try to do that. I do my project pen and I update every month. So if that sounds good to you, then don't forget to subscribe. I usually upload about 2 to 3 videos a week. And I would love to see you again on my channel. So let's get into this update. As usual, some things are going very well and some things aren't really going at all. So I'm going to be showing you what's going on. The first thing that I have to show you is the Natasha Denona Mini Glam. The eyeshadow in this palette that I'm trying to pan is this shade over here. And I have a very significant dip in this one. It's going really well. I feel like I'm really close to hitting pan, and I just really feel every time I use this that I could potentially hit pan. I'm really trying. I'm just really close, but I just haven't hit pan yet. I feel like maybe it could be next month, but it could also be the month after. I'm gonna keep working on it. I do have to say that I find panning eyeshadows very difficult because I do different kinds of looks every day. Every time I do my eyeshadow, I don't do like a really neutral nude look every time, and then I can't always use that shade as my transition shade. So I find it really hard to pan one eyeshadow. I do my best, but I feel like other people could probably pan this in a month. It's such a small pan, but I also just want to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, and switch out the eyeshadows that I use. One thing that I have noticed with this palette that I don't really love is that this eyeshadow is crumbling apart. I keep pressing it back in, but it's like every time I close this and I'm not careful enough, it kind of breaks apart and I have to press it back in. So I kind of don't love that, and I'm kind of less inclined to use this palette because of that. This is a palette I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't hate it either, but it's definitely not my fave. But I just thought that this would be an easy eyeshadow to pan. Then something that is going very well. For some reason I find it really fun and interesting to pan highlighters, because from the moment that I started project panning, I've really been into panning the highlighters in my project, and I've really been using those a lot. So I have the Skin Glazing by Nabla, the one in Privilege, in my project, and I've just been using this so much. I have such a big dent in it. I'm using this almost every day, really going into this. I'm really putting a lot of effort into this. Like almost all my panning attention is going to this highlighter. I really want to hit pan on this, but it's also just my favorite highlighter. It's such a fave. I love using it. So that makes it easier for me to use. And it's just going very well. I just have to be a little bit patient. I just have to keep going. And in a few months, I think I might be able to hit pan. Maybe that's like really, well, maybe also not, but at least it's going well and I'm happy with my progress. I feel like a few months is a little bit too ambitious maybe. So another thing that I actually forgot to talk about last month, because this has been living in my purse, is the Powerful 5 Glossy Lip Oil by Catrice. This one is in the shade Cherry Blossom Glow. This product I have used a lot. I'm almost out of it. I could use this up in a month or so, but I've decided that I'm gonna be taking this out. It's been going well. It's been going great. Just look at this. It hasn't gone to the bottom completely yet, but it's looking good. But this is a product that kind of changes color and changes scent, and I don't find it that pleasurable to use anymore. And it's a very cheap glossy lip oil, and I think I'd rather just buy a new one than try to pan this last bit that just isn't as nice and fresh and nice to use anymore. So I'm kind of gonna be looking at this as spent as done. I've used this so much. I've almost used it up, but it's just, I don't want to use that last part just to use it, just for this project. It's just not that nice to be using this anymore. And I kind of forget about it. And I also have another gloss in here that I'd rather focus on that isn't changing in scent and color and everything like that. So I'm just gonna take this out. But I'm happy with how this went. Could have used it up if it didn't change like this. So let's talk about the gloss, the Nabla Skin, what am I saying? The Nabla Shine Theory Lip Gloss in the shade Stardust Radio. It's kind of, it still has to go down a little bit, but here you can see how much I've used this. You can see how much this has gone down. This is a formula that is pretty easy to pan. I have to say, there's something about this formula. It's pretty easy to make it go down. I don't know what it is, but this is not a formula that will last you forever and ever. But I don't mind that. I have used it a lot. I'm using it with a lot of joy and excitement, and it's just going well. And I just really like this gloss. I'm happy to have this in the project. I don't use it every day. I just use it a few times a month, but that's enough for me. I will leave it up and kind of let it sink down, and then I will put some photos on the screen so you can really see the difference between last month and this month. But this is going very well. Pretty happy with that. Then we have the Catrice Prime and Fix Spray. I'm a bit unsure about this one. It did go down a bit this month, but I'm a bit unsure if I should leave it in. It's just that I don't use sprays a lot, and I started using them because of masks, but now I only have to wear a mask in public transport. And I don't go with public transport a lot. I'm basically home a lot, and then I go visit my family once in a few weeks, and maybe I will meet up with a friend once in a few weeks, but I don't have a job where I have to go by train to the job every day or something like that. So this is not really needed. And I've used it a little bit just for those occasions when I do go with the train or bus, but I don't really use this daily. I could use it up very quickly if I use it daily, but I think actually accepting that this is gonna go down slowly, but I think I'm just gonna keep it in just to see. It's just gonna be a little bit every time, but maybe at the end of the year I will use it up. Maybe I will surprise myself and you. Maybe there will be a moment in my life that I will have to take the train a lot. Who knows? Who knows? So I'm just gonna be keeping this in. I'm going back and forth a bit with this one, but I use it a bit. It did go down a bit, so yeah. Next up, my lip product. My lipstick of the project is this Power Plumping Gel Lipstick by Catrice, and this one is in the shade 170. This has gone down quite a bit, about as much as it did last month. I will put a picture on the screen of the progress of the markings. This is just a very easy product to wear for me. It's just a shiny nude lipstick that I feel goes with most looks that I do. I've been trying to kind of switch it up with my lip products this month, but I feel like I've still done pretty good on this lipstick. Pretty happy with that progress. Then this lip liner, it's gone down so much. It's gotten so small. I'm like, when do you give up? When are you saying like, that's the end, I've used it enough, this is done? I feel like I can still use it a little bit, but these words are like slowly disappearing. I feel like maybe I should stop somewhere here. Should I try and do that? I think this is gonna be the first lip liner that I use up completely. I use this every day. This is the easiest thing I've had in my project for me to use every day. Every time I do my makeup, except if it's a very different lip color, if I do something different with my lips, I will use this one. I just love using this one. It's such a good shade. It's such a good lip liner formula. It's such a favorite for me, and it just goes with all the different lip looks, and I love that. So this is so easy for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm so bad at panning, I'm so bad at this, but then I kind of forget about the things that just happen naturally, that I just pan naturally and I only think about the things that are hard for me to pan. But actually, you know, it's going quite well. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit too harsh on myself when it comes to panning, because then I see these pictures on Instagram or I see these videos of people that I follow that use a bronzer 1 month and they already hit pan, and I have a bronzer in for 6 months and hardly anything happens. So I'm not gonna be the one to show you a pan every month, but there's progress. Things are going quite well. I just have to be a little bit patient. So the bronzer that I put in last month is the Max Factor Baked Bronzer in Light Gold. This is what it's looking like right now. I've been using this quite a lot. I've been using it quite a bit. I'm using it more than the last bronzer I had in. I will just show you up close, but it's not that you can really see on camera that I've used it. I don't think you can really see a huge difference with last month. But when I look at it like this, when I look at it up close and personal, I can definitely see the use. I can definitely see that I used it. I have been going into this bronzer. I think it has a beautiful effect on the skin. It kind of looks creamy. It looks very nice. And I'm into it. I'm into this bronzer. I'm not using it every day because I kind of try to switch it up. I'm kind of trying different bronzers as well. I'm kind of reviewing different bronzers as well. But I think this is a really good pick for me to put in the project. And I can't really show you a lot just yet, but I do think that this is gonna be one where I can have some progress in the coming months. I can show you more progress. This is just the very early stages of using this bronzer. It was basically new when I put it in. Next up we have the blush that I put in last month. This is also from Max Factor. This is the Compact Blush in Seductive Pink. It's the same story. I can't really show you a lot. It's not really visible on camera, but when I look at it in person, up close, then I can definitely see that I've used it. I can definitely see the wear and the use. This one was completely new when I put it in. The bronzer I had used a few times before. So I'm just panning this from it being completely new, and then it takes a little while to really see the progress, but I can see that I've used it. I can see it. Hopefully I can show you better in a few months. Then the product, I'm saying that I will use this up so easily, so fast. I've been saying that for such a long time. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and this is how it's looking. The last time that I showed this, I was like, I'm gonna be able to use this up so fast. I'm gonna be able to use this up in a month or so, and I was really like excited to use this up quickly. But in August my lips were very dry and I used this a lot, but then in September my lips were very hydrated. I didn't even think about this product. I didn't even think about using this. I just forgot to hydrate my lips more because I didn't really need it, and I didn't use it. I just basically skipped this for like a month. I've used it like 3 times maybe. So I'm happy about it because that means I don't have dry lips and my lips are not like totally falling off, flaking off and falling apart. But that means that this one gets unused. I don't want to use it just to use it if I don't need it. Probably in the next month. If it's gonna be a little bit colder, I'm gonna use this more. It's gonna happen this year. This year I'm gonna be using this up. I'm sure of it, but it didn't happen this time. Then the last product I have to show you is my perfume, the Daisy Love. I am really doing my best. I'm doing what I can. Let me show you like this. I'm doing what I can, but it's for some reason a pretty difficult perfume for me to use up. I do use it quite a bit. I do use it a lot. It's like almost my everyday perfume. I think I use it like 10 to 15 times a month. I'm not someone that always, all day, every day wears perfume. I like to do that, but I sometimes just forget. I just don't do that sometimes. So then I'm using this most of the time that I actually wear perfume, but this just isn't going down very fast. It just isn't. I'm pretty far now. It's like over half. And last time I was like at the halfway point. I think the reason that this one is hard for me to actually use up is the fact that this sprayer is a little bit broken. It's a little bit, I don't know, you have to press it a certain way for the perfume to really come out, and I think that causes me to use less of it, because then I'm like, oh, I just spray 3 times or something like that. I usually do like 3 sprays, but then if 2 of the sprays are like kind of soft and almost nothing because of the spritzer that's broken, then you don't end up using a lot. So I'm kind of trying to pay attention to if I actually spray perfume, if it's actually working, and then maybe spray an extra spray to use a bit more. I just feel like some perfumes are so easy for me to use up and some perfumes aren't, but it isn't even really the difference in the amount of times that I use it. It's something about the packaging or how the spray is made. Maybe one spray sprays more than another spray. I don't know what's going on. But this is a tough one. This is a pretty tough one. I'm still determined. I'm still determined to use this. I still love using this one. I'm still excited to use this one, but it's a challenge. It's a bit of a challenge. So that's actually gonna be everything for my project plan update. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.